Hello and welcome back to The Persona. We are finally back with a new episode. As you can see, we have a brand new set. We are trying things out here at The Persona Studios, so please bear with us. New York Fashion Week has just occurred this past week, and I would love to discuss my personal favorite looks, as well as the discourse surrounding New York Fashion Week and influencers. Without further ado, let's get into it. New York Fashion Week is a semi-annual series of events that showcase international collections to the media, press, and general public. New York Fashion Week has been around for decades. It is obvious that we will see many changes within high fashion, and it is clear that this pattern will only continue. Fashion has and will always be about evolution. Let's discuss my personal favorite looks. I absolutely loved Palomo Spain's Cruising in the Rose Garden collection. Palomo found a pleasant balance between sensuality and romance, as well as challenged the gender binary. His pieces featured flowy dresses, lace and silk fabrics, as well as gorgeous accessories to accentuate each outfit. Some of my favorite pieces from his collection includes, one of which might be a controversial take, but I love the dress over jean combo coming back. I don't care what anyone says, but I've been doing it lately and it slays and it's super cute and I think everybody should do it. But I do love this look in the collection with this red ruffled sheer dress, and it's kind of asymmetrical, and I just love the ruffles. I love the sheerness. I love the bold red color, and like I said earlier, I love the jeans underneath it. I also love this pink blush look with the pink feathered headpiece, as well as the sheer robe type of thing that's going on. And I also love the bloomers. I have noticed that sheer as well as bloomers have become very popular this past year, as well as ballet flats, which are featured in this look. As for my other favorite show, Selkie definitely takes the cake. This show is actually not a part of the official CFDA schedule for New York Fashion Week. However, it was one of my favorites, so I will have to discuss it. This collection takes you to a whimsical setting filled with fun, floral, and mushroom patterns, as well as some monarch butterfly prints. Not only were the designs super stunning, but I also love to see the diverse cast of models on the runway. I honestly love anything with a corset. If you have a corset or a corset dress, I want to see, count me in. I love looks with corsets. And I loved the whole fairy hunters theme part of the show. I personally love anything fairy related, anything kind of cottagecore, I'm not gonna lie. This look in particular, I know that it was a fairy hunter costume, but it also kind of reminded me of Little Bo Peep in the way. It might be the corset and the veil that she has on, as well as the net that she's carrying, and it's kind of reminding me of what Little Bo Peep had, except Little Bo Peep did not have a net. But I am a sucker for corsets as well as old-timey fashion. And I did notice that in a lot of the makeup looks, it was 1920s inspired, which I loved and I feel like added to the look. I have seen so much discourse about influencers attending New York Fashion Week, so I have to share my opinion. I have seen numerous tweets, numerous videos saying that New York Fashion Week is dead, or New York Fashion Week will never be the same. And quite frankly, it never will be. Fashion is constantly changing, like I've said before, and it's about evolution. So we are going to see those changes no matter what. However, I think there is a misconception about what New York Fashion Week is actually about. Of course, there are events held in New York Fashion Week that bring people from all over to celebrate the art of fashion. But New York Fashion Week is about the fashion, meaning parties and events outside of the shows are not technically a part of New York Fashion Week. Fashion is essentially a business, and a business needs to make money. Designers definitely don't do all this hard work for free. I mean, somebody needs a check. So they invite people that can make them more money or possibly even create more exposure to their brand. When an influencer attends a show and takes pictures there, or takes pictures of the event, or takes videos, or shows off their outfit, that is immediate press for the brand. For example, Alex Earl was styled by Chanel for New York Fashion Week and also was invited to the Dion Lee show. Obviously, people know a big brand like Chanel, But Alex's viewers might not know the other brands that could be participating in New York Fashion Week, so that creates more exposure for them. I think people tend to forget that influencers have always been around. I saw this very interesting point made by Mandy Lee on TikTok regarding this topic.
For example, 20 years ago, editors, models, designers, buyers, those were the folks with taste-making status. Those are the people that you would consider influential in the fashion industry. You would crack open a Vogue magazine, you would be exposed to the new collections, you would be told what to buy. That is a version of influencing. Today, those channels have migrated, expanded, and changed. And what you consider to be an influencer now are likely social media people.
Before, we had magazines, and once the rise of the internet came about, we had fashion bloggers. The fashion editors and bloggers provided insight on what new fashion trends were to come for the season. And now we have social media. Social media has allowed for people to see what their favorite designers are doing or what new fashion trends are happening. It has become a lot easier for us to access the latest fashion news, and I think that is amazing. However, I completely understand the frustration that some people have with the influx of influencers at New York Fashion Week. But we have to remember that we as fashion consumers have the choice to watch certain shows or pay attention to certain designers. After all, Fashion Week is about the fashion, so let's enjoy it. That concludes the end of this week's episode. I would love for this show to be about conversation, so if you have any opinions you would like to share about New York Fashion Week or the discussion that we just had about New York Fashion Week and the influx of influencers, please leave your comments below because I would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I'm your host, Zoe Shaw.